We're brown puppies.
Cooler and the crew.
Whopper fried eyes knows for me.
Helping pupperoos.
For every puppy who's found a happy home will be found. We're brown puppies.
We'll find a pup for you.
Alright, so lots of people have been asking me how to make a puppy hammer, and so today we'll talk about how to do that. This is my practice puppy hammer. I also have a fire/glow puppy hammer that I'll show you in a minute. First, let's talk about the anatomy of the basic puppy hammer. It's essentially a really long meteor. It's about 9 feet long, and the only thing that really sort of sets it apart from a standard meteor is its length, and that it has these knots in it, and then of course the way you wear it. It's sort of the puppy hammer thing. So you can see I've got poi ends, and then these knots which serve as handles, and then there's 2 knots here which hold this bandana on, and the bandana acts as sort of like an anti-chafe mechanism. But the knots are also, they're sort of a component of the prop. Like you can see they're about the same length as a poi, and that's because these 2 knots are used for escapes and captures, and also for one-handed meteor kind of stuff. It's sort of like a marker so that you know how to get back into it or get out of it. You can kind of think of them as like the dots on the fretboard on a guitar. That's sort of the same deal. So now how do you wear the puppy hammer? There's lots of ways to do it, and I'm sure many of you will come up with lots of other ways to do it. The main one though is to put it behind your neck like this, and then you put the rope under your armpits, and then you feed it up around your tricep to the inside of your elbow, and then you hold the handle knots between your thumb and your forefinger like this. I've seen some people put it between their knuckles like that, or whatever, but I prefer to hold it between my thumb and forefinger like this. Aside from that, the really important thing are the exact dimensions of the puppy hammer. They're sort of pretty unique to every individual spinner. You're going to have to sort of tailor make your puppy hammer for yourself, because the dimensions are so specific. So the way you work out the dimensions is you put on the puppy hammer like this, and when you outstretch your arms, there should be this slight tension, so you can sort of cinch the rope with your fingers outward until you feel this slight pressure throughout the entire length of the rope across your arms and your neck and your shoulders. And that sort of indicates that you have the right length between your 2 hands. From there, if you hold, again, between your thumb and your forefinger, and you raise the poi part up, it should hang down to just level with your elbow. And that's a really important part of it, because when you're in shoulder mode or neck mode, the puppy hammer gets really close to the ground, and any longer and it starts to really become an issue with sort of like grazing the ground or just hitting the ground, and a lot of the time you'll hit your feet if you're wearing like boots or something like that. So I would definitely recommend at least start with having it hang down to your elbow on either side, like this. I also have this modular fire one right here, and the way this works, it's exactly the same as the other one, but it doesn't have the poi parts. So you can see here, like if I hold it, see with my hands stretched out, I just have ends. But I've tied these little quick links onto the ends. You can see here, little quick links. So these quick links enable me to attach glow and fire heads to the ends. So I have a pair of fire poi and some glow heads that are exactly the same length. I have my handles on my fire poi right now, but I would take them off for the puppy hammer part. But you can see they're exactly the same length, and so I can just slip these attachment points on to the quick links and then screw them tight. Make sure to check the quick links because they tend to undo sometimes. Do the fire head like that. So that's pretty much it. Pretty easy.
We're proud puppies.